What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Carhartt Work in Progress collaboration with New Balance on this 990 V6. Today's video is brought to you by Move Insoles. Move Insoles is one of the up-and-coming leaders in the performance insole space, and their products are designed and tested by pro athletes such as Damian Lillard and Chris Paul of the NBA. And while they're more known for their performance insoles, the ones that you'd wear for example on the basketball court, they also sell this one right here, which is their all-day insole, and this is meant to be worn casually with everyday lifestyle sneakers. So this, in my opinion, is one of the most technologically advanced insoles I've ever tried. First off, you'll see that the majority of this insole, this is crafted using the recharged foam technology, which is what gives this insole the cushioning and the responsiveness that it has. And this black plate that you see on the back half, this essentially is a large TPU shank plate, which helps really cradle and support your foot. And if there's one thing I really love about these insoles is that I feel really supported, especially underneath the arches of my feet. And there's other things, for example, like this active heel technology right here. So this gives you that added impact protection in the areas that you need it most. So there's so much going on with these insoles, but don't take my word for it. Check it out. I've linked their website, their social media, all that good stuff down below. So try a pair for yourself. Let me know what you guys think and tell them that I sent you. So this is the heavily anticipated collaboration between Carhartt Work in Progress with New Balance. Teaming up together to release this 990 V6, these released on October 20th for a price of $220 US or $285 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is Workwear and Sea Salt, and the product code is M990CH6. So this 990 V6, just like any of the others, is made in the USA. And the color scheme has a very Carhartt Work in Progress vibe with these natural earthy tones covering the entire shoe. Before we go on any further though, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in a custom box which is left in this natural brown color. On the top, on the back, you can see we have this USA flag, and then overlaid on top of this we have both New Balance and Carhartt co-branding. As far as the shoe goes, so starting things off with the toe box, you'll see this is covered in a gray colored mesh. Right above this, we have this reflective 3M layer in brown with this New Balance branding in the middle, and we have another reflective panel on the medial edge of the toe box. Overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this perforated nubuck, and then surrounding the front toe cap, we have this very soft and buttery brown colored pig suede. So the same pig suede covers the eyelets of the sneaker, and then the top two eyelets, this is covered in another reflective panel in a mix of gray and brown. Beneath this on the mid panel, we have this oversized New Balance N logo, which is also given this reflective finish. And then beneath this, we have a combination of that perforated nubuck and mesh. And then moving further down towards the back, we have this dark brown layer of reflective 3M. Beneath this, surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have more of the same suede that we saw on the toe box. And we have 990 branding pressed onto the lateral side. Above this, we have this TPU heel clip with New Balance Made in USA branding. And then the top of the heel, this is covered in this brown colored mesh. As far as the laces go, so these come with two different lace options. The standard default lace is a flat style lace in cream, but they also come with an olive colored lace as well. Beneath this, the bottom half of the tongue is constructed out of the same grayish mesh that we saw earlier on the toe box. And then the top of the tongue, this is covered in that brown colored mesh that we saw on the heel. And we have these overlays on the top with Carhartt Work in Progress branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lined in mesh. And then as far as the insoles go, these come with a foam lined insole which is decently well padded, and we have the New Balance and Carhartt logos pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the 990 V6 sits atop this chunky fuel cell foam midsole, which is one of New Balance's top cushioning technologies. So the midsole itself is painted in this cream color on the forefoot and a dark gray on the lateral heel. And in addition to fuel cell, they also incorporate an end cap wedge, which is this beige colored wedge that you see on the heel. So end cap is a dual density foam setup consisting of a softer EVA core surrounded by a stiffer polyurethane rim, which gives you a good balance of softness and support. Finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so this outsole is constructed out of a mix of brown, tan, and dark gray colored rubber. We have this wavy style traction pattern on the forefoot and New Balance logos on the forefoot and the heel, and running down the center of the heel, we have this dark gray exposed fuel cell foam, which is what the midsole right above this is constructed out of. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And in terms of sizing, to me these fit like any other 990 V6, so I personally prefer to go a half size down. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 9.5, and they fit me perfectly from a length perspective. The width of the shoe, specifically around the ball of my foot, it fits a little bit snug straight out of the box, but in my experience, any 990 V6 breaks in pretty well, so after a few days of wear, they really form well to my foot and they fit me perfectly. So if you have a really wide foot, you can go true to size, but expect the shoe to run a little bit more on the longer side. But for narrow, normal, or even slightly wide footers, I'd recommend going a half size down just because the shoe does run more on the longer side. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also wear a 9.5 or a half size down and other made in USA New Balance shoes, such as the 992, 993, 990 V3, V4, and V5. And in comparison, I stick with a size 10 or true to size in other models like the 2002R, 1906R, 860 V2, and a lot of made in UK models like the 991 and the 1500. Moving on to the comfort, so this shoe is very comfortable, but it's very different from the 990 V3, V4, and V5. Because they utilize this very chunky feel cell foam, the cushioning underfoot is a lot more squishy, and it feels a lot more dynamic underfoot, so it kind of feels like you're always in motion and it's not that stable. So especially when you compare this to a 990 V5, that was a very firm, flat, and kind of low to the ground feeling sneaker. This one in comparison really feels much more squishy, and you don't have the same stability that you had with the V5. So it comes down to personal preference. From an actual underfoot cushioning standpoint, the V6 pretty much is king, but it comes down to if you like that sort of cushioning. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, material quality I thought was great. This is your typical made in USA shoe, so the suedes felt very nice and buttery. It's a very nice genuine cut of suede, and the rest of the shoe I was pretty happy with. And from a build and craftsmanship standpoint, really there were no major issues whatsoever. Some very minor issues with some loose threads I had to trim off myself, but this shoe was pretty free of glue stains. The panels were cut in place consistently, which is very important. So overall, I was very happy with how these turned out in real life. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up for you and I'll show you guys how these look. As we are currently in the thick of fall, this Carhartt Work in Progress New Balance collaboration is a perfect shoe to wear for the season. The tones of the shoe are quintessential autumn with these beiges, browns, grays, and olives. And when I look at this shoe, it's instantly recognizable as a Carhartt collaboration. It just has that flavor. So I thought Carhartt Work in Progress and New Balance did an outstanding job with this pair. As of right now, they're selling for a decent amount over retail, but if you're able to land these for retail or even a fair price on the secondary market, I would not hesitate whatsoever. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this pair? For anyone watching, did you also manage to pick these up for retail? Did you take an L and pay resale for these? Or it just wasn't your thing and you passed on these altogether? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8. Follow my Twitter or X account at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.